time for me to say sayonara to the PlayStation Portal and jump aboard the Steam Deck OLED train. Now, I know that I've made videos before about the PlayStation Portal and how much of a handy device it is for parents. But upon further reflection and a bit of time, I'm starting to think that I may have made the wrong decision. So I know if I go on holiday that my PlayStation Portal isn't coming. I am not lugging a console to another country for it not to work. But if I have the Steam Deck, I know that that is going to work anywhere. I know that if I take my Steam Deck on holiday, that I'm probably going to get a bit of use out of it, whether it could be for watching media content or even playing actual games whilst I'm maybe on the plane, because I know that I'm the one who's going to be sitting by themselves whilst my wife, God bless her, deals with the children. I'm the one who takes the sacrifice for the team and sits next to the strangers. So I've had a Steam Deck OLED on my Steam basket now for weeks, and I haven't had the courage, should I say, to press that button to purchase it. Why? Well, we're going to look as to why in the video today. So, the past few weeks I have been thinking, right, I need to get something a little bit different. Maybe it's because it's something new to play with, a shiny new toy as such. And the fact that maybe a few of the gripes of the Portal are starting to grind my gears as such. So I've been umming and ahhing about getting the Steam Deck or the Legion Go, both running Steam OS. The Legion Go is available for £350 in the UK, but that does come with the Windows 11 operating system. But my plan would be to ditch that right away and stick Steam OS on it. So why am I thinking of switching to the Steam Deck and the Legion Go? Well, it is the fact that I can play my games anywhere, and I have got the option to emulate games, so I can go back and revisit some games from my childhood. One of the big pros of the deck for me is the fact that the Steam library is huge, and I'm not limited by just a single console like on the Portal. So what else has got me thinking is that when I go on holiday, I will have nothing to play. I know, but when I'm on the plane, I will be by myself, as my wife, God bless her, will have the children, and I'll be sitting next to the strangers. So I do want something to maybe play and just pass the time on the flight, and the Portal doesn't give me that, where if I get a Steam Deck or the Legion Go, I've got that option available to me. So something I have been craving for recently is to play some old games, and the Portal doesn't offer me that in a way that it currently does. Yes, I can play PS1 games, as I've mentioned in my Portal review, but it just doesn't scratch that itch for me. I want something that can give me games from Xbox, GameCube, all sorts of different generations, and I feel the Steam Deck can do that for me. So why the Steam Deck? Well, I think it's just one of those things that everywhere you look on YouTube it is get the deck, get the deck, get the deck. But there's a bit of hesitation in my mind in the fact that now this is a 3-year-old device, and in the tech world that's very old. So that's why I'm maybe leaning towards the Legion Go S, just because it is a newer device. So one of the positives of the Legion Go S over the Steam Deck OLED is that it has got a newer AMD chip in it, the Z2 Go, and also it's got a slightly bigger screen, and it is also a 120Hz VRR. So that is quite a big jump compared. So why am I considering a Steam Deck when it is more expensive than the Legion Go? Well, it is the fact that it does have a lot more support. It's got a big community. So the Steam Deck can run games in a more efficient way compared to the Legion Go. And that's something that will help in the long run, especially when I'm on a plane. But there's just something in the back of my mind where I'm thinking, yes, the Steam Deck maybe isn't right for me. So one of the downsides of the Legion Go is the fact that its battery performance isn't as good as the Steam Deck. Now, if I'm on a flight for a few hours, obviously the Steam Deck could be the better choice for me, or I could go down the route of carrying a battery pack. Is that something I want to do? Not necessarily. I want to keep my bag as light as possible, and plenty of room for snacks for the children. So when I'm asking on the internet about whether I should get the Steam Deck or the Legion Go, a lot says to just get the deck because of it. You know, its controller. It has two huge touchpads to help with certain types of games, compared to the Legion Go S's tiny little nub. Very similar to the little nubbin they have on their laptops, the ThinkPad laptops. So with the Lenovo Legion Go, it does come with Windows 11 as standard, but from what I've seen on the internet is the fact that Windows 11 is a terrible operating system on a handheld gaming PC. So I do want to install Steam OS if I go down that route, just for better performance as well, at the cost of a smaller game library. The downside of the Steam OS is the fact that I can't really play many online games due to anti-cheat measures. So if I was to get a gaming handheld PC like the Steam Deck, it's predominantly going to be used for older titles because, of course, I have got the PlayStation Pro for all my AAA gaming needs. So, do you have a Steam Deck? Let me know in the comments down below. Was it a worthwhile purchase for you? Or is it something that is now sat in your drawer gathering dust? So, a like and subscribe would really help the channel grow. And until next time, hwyl fawr.